Welcome back to Okage, Shadow King. We're at the end of the World Library. Beilun awaits. And we're going to go in there and we're going to punch him in the nose. Or something like that. This is getting to be the finale of the game. And by getting to be, this is the finale of the game. So, I kind of spent a long time, a couple videos ago, kind of detailing each character and what they're good at and what they're bad at. And so going into the final boss, I've seen... It's a good idea to be between 60 and 70. I think we kind of meet that. If we get our butts kicked, I can go kill some bad poetry golems. But I think we'll be all right-ish. The other thing is the reason I'm bringing Rosalind and Linda is Rosalind is just pretty good overall, and Linda is reasonably durable, all things considered, and she has a couple abilities that are nice. And now that we are high enough level, let's actually show off some of these. I don't think I've shown off any of these, and what we actually have at our disposal. So I've not shown off any of the friendly abilities. Oh, I like how this says Thunder, Blizzard, Inferno. I think these maybe do elemental damage. But these all do neutral damage. And it's just stronger and stronger attacks. I've not actually shown these off. I don't know, let's go get into a fight, show them off. I don't want to run too far. Else I have trouble getting back. You'll do. Okay, so I think it just hits all enemies. Yeah, all enemies. But these are neat because it's Stan. Okay, let's try Blizzard. I'm hoping this kills him because didn't I just do? Did I just do it? There it goes. Did I get another turn while Stan was waiting on that? Okay, well, at risk of dying... fully restores HP. And Friendly Inferno. Okay, this one is gonna hurt like a son of a gun, but... Yep, sure did hurt like a son of a gun. Yay, they died. I mean, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. They're not bad. I wasn't paying attention to their elements, but it didn't look like any of those did like a ridiculous amount of damage, though. Which I feel like if I have any major complaints with like the core of the game, it's that offensive specials aren't as powerful as they should be. Just kind of in general. Which I feel like is one of the biggest things that hurts Kinsling as a character. So I wanted to show off those, that's pretty neat. Otherwise, we just have these Mend, Heal, Revive, Restore, which I just used. Revives ally and fully restores HP. This is like the only thing in the game that does, you cannot get an item that does this. Decoy. Decoy would have been really good if I wanted to bring Kinsling to fight Epros. Because, like, objectively, Kinsling would have been the better decision, the best decision for that. Though, honestly, Big Bull even has some decent offensive magic. But Kinsling would have been the best option, and then you have Ari, like, Decoy. So all the attacks go to him instead. But I don't like the idea of drawing all attacks to the one guy who, if dies, I immediately game over. Like that, I don't like it. Which is why you've never not seen me use decoy this entire game. Like, that just feels like... I don't know what to call it. Like, I don't necessarily want to say bad design, but maybe not well thought out design. I'd say it's risk-reward, but, like, what's the reward? Other than letting Kinsling fight in that one fight. Anyway. Okay, so Overdrive, you've seen plenty. Night and Slumber, good sleep spells. And then we get into what Rosalind has. So, Charged Parasol! Okay, hit an enemy with guys. It's HP, so it's not a spell. Burning Parasol. Then we have her Ice moves, which Frost, Ice, and Crystal, which are the newest ones she got. They're stall enemy group attacks. So she does have Antidote and Blessing, so she's like really good for getting rid of status effects. And Parasol Amulet, which will prevent her from getting one put on her. So, if you gotta deal with status effects, she's your lady. There's Seal. I've never seen this be any use. I've put the status effect on bosses before, and they sit there with like, yep, sure do have that status effect that says I can't do it. And then they just do it anyway. She does have shield and, better yet, super shield. Good stuff. Powerless, also good stuff. I think that's it. I think after that we're moving into what Linda has. So, Linda, when we had Linda before, she was really not... It wasn't that she wasn't holding her own, but she didn't have a lot of her best things yet. So we have Thunder Peck and Crimson Kiss. So these are kind of nice, but they're not magic, because they cost HP. We do, however, have Replenish, which is one of the chief reasons why I'm bringing her to this fight, because it's a 70 HP cure on everyone. Not a lot of party cures in this game. Revitalize. Full HP cure for whole party. Holy crap. Okay, Omni Concert slows down all enemies. And then after that is all of her area effects ones. Which the area effect ones are never explained well, but to my knowledge, they affect everyone on the field. Like, it's not all enemies, all allies, it's everyone. So, Charmer, everyone crits more. Everyone does less magic damage. Yeah, evens out speed, so if you have like one real speedy enemy, everybody does damage. So, the best one out of this is, if you're going to be using a lot of magic, maybe consider using Repulsor, so the enemy can't hit you physically very much. But I feel like magic and abilities in this game are just underpowered in general. So, Deflector is your stuff. This means the enemy will be dealing 50% less magic damage to you if they cast a spell. Which, again, especially if I'm not going to be casting anything, good stuff. So, Deflector and her party-wide cures are the biggest reason that I'm bringing her. Maybe Omni Concert wouldn't be too bad, but that's mostly it. And that's why we're bringing these three in. We are fully cured. We are ready to go. Let's step through the door. Okay, there's one more door we gotta go through. And it's this door right here. Hup. Let's draw this adventure to a close. Perfect. Not with us, you won't, I'm afraid. Somebody in the comments pointed out that Epros is, like, the only character that actually addresses Ari and joined because of Ari. Like, Epros has a degree of respect for Ari and is here to see how Ari's quest plays out. Whereas everybody else is just kind of going around going, yeah, let's just do whatever. Justice. Evil. Whatever. And Epros is just like, I want to see what this Ari kid does. I don't want to ask it, but I want to know the answer. Oh, he actually responded to me. Nobody ever responds to what I say. Maybe I should have asked that third one. You got this, big bull. Perfect. Look, Kinsling, we tried that and it didn't work. I'm with Linda. That's right. Man, we haven't seen James in a while. We haven't seen James in a while. In fact, we haven't seen him since the plot kind of started kicking in. And I think that says something. This game almost feels like two different games. Like, once the plot kicked in and before the plot kicked in. And James is very much a before the plot kicked in character. So, like, once it kicked in, you kind of just forgot about him. There was other stuff going on. Yeah, we figured that one out. So forcibly don't treat it like it's classification. Is that a thing that we can do? Is that a thing that Ari can do? Wow, when he just walks off. Okay, so it's Kissling. I've been going back and forth this entire series on whether his name is Kissling or Kinsling. But it worked. ghost was coming for me. Alright, big guy. I mean, yeah, you don't need me. That's kind of the point. I'm not supposed to be here in the first place. Oh, just straight up reclassifying them on the fly. Maybe reclassified on the fly isn't right. They had a classification forced. I want to see it. This is cool. Look at them fighting. Yeah, it's our derivativeness. What's the word? That's not the right word. Delinquency is the reason they could break out of. All of us could break out of classification in the first place. So it's gotta be us that can do something. Okay, so we're in control again. I can talk to everybody. I mean, I think you could say that with much fewer words, but I got the gist of it. I don't know, they're just a party member each. We could take them. Okay, well, we gotta do something. So what do we got that we can do? Well, heck, we got all of these key items. Look for something that can bring memories back. Records voices forever. That voice recorder. Isn't this the thing? This is the thing that we got from putting all the various pieces together in like the first half of the game. That we got from all the different evil kings. Thing's been recording all this time. There we go. Oh, you get that victory music. Let's go. Unimpressed. Especially when you haven't seen your daughter in so friggin' long anyway. She clearly doesn't want anything to do with this. Kind of big. So, as a brief aside, there is code in the game for a fight against Balone in a humanoid form. I don't know if that was intended originally to be a if it was supposed to be like a prior form, like you fight that and then he turns into this, and they decided to nix the first form or what. But it's just like a leftover, so a little bit of leftover battle data for it, which I thought was kind of interesting to learn. The other thing was, I think I promised to recount the tale of the turtle and the pebble, which I think I missed one part of it and we never got the end. But as it turns out, there is no end, because we heard from the gear guy that Balone actually reclassified the song to get rid of the ending. I think specifically he just made it so funny that nobody can remember the ending. So it's still a joke, but nobody can finish the tale. But the tale is effectively of a turtle who one day lost its daughter. And while searching for its daughter, found a small pebble that resembled its daughter, and decided to start caring for this pebble. And everyone's telling it, you know that's a pebble, not your daughter, right? And it just ignored everyone and continued caring for the pebble. Balone is more concerned with the idea of his daughter than he is with his actual daughter. And he's done this to the world for it, so let's kick his butt. Okay, Super Shield. I like that one. Increased defense on all of us. Linda, let's start with decreased magical damage by 50%. Cool. Ari, let's get an Overdrive out. Okay, Ari. I may have the other two. No, you know what I want him to do? I want him to keep overdriving. Overdrive friggin' Rosalind. I haven't done this at all game, but you sure can overdrive everyone. Okay, so that was Super Shield. Let's go with Powerless on Balone. Ari, let's have you overdrive Linda. Wow, Ari got hit sometime and I wasn't paying attention. Okay, what do you got? We got heals, we got Omni Concert. Sure, let's Omni Concert. Okay, I think that's everybody getting all their buffs out. So at this point, we just need to heal up. So Ari is going to be one of our chief... What's our AT gauge is at? Linda's not too far behind. He could hit Ari next, though, and that could hurt. So I don't know if I want to dive into that. By the way, I bought a lot of items for this fight. I have 42 Miracle Nuts, which are full heals. I also have 30 Wild Strawberries to give LP back, and 30 Big Nuts, just in case I run out of the 42 Miracle Nuts. So, once she's got her buffs out, Linda's mostly just going to be our item user, our healer, should the need arise. Ari's took a beating, though, and he's down on that. So let's go ahead and have him heal up, I guess. I'm going to have him combine with Linda, and I'm going to have Rosalind use an item to heal her. Because she was right behind him. Hey, he doesn't need a ton of HP, so I may just use a big one. That'll put him up to 287. Maybe I will use a miracle. Like, 100 is not actually a lot. Well, good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. Linda, why are you moving so slow? Is it because you're singing? Let's go! Yeah, that hurt. Oh, that's good stuff. Channel's gonna hurt a little bit. Channel is party-wide damage, I think. I'm gonna use this on Ari. I'm gonna have Ari just beat on him. Did that, like, not do any damage? Just wait a second, actually. Okay, Linda, you know what? Let's go ahead and have you use... Where is it? Oh, there it is. Replenish. Rosalind! Rosalind. Everybody's doing pretty good, so let's just have you wait. Heal everybody up real nice. Nope. Okay, so I'm in the habit of pressing up. Okay, so that attack is kind of rough. I think come Rosalind's turn, I may do a defense up on Ari. So, shield, increased defense on Ari. This does stack, by the way. You can put, like, friggin' 10 of them on. Ari, just wait a second. Quit hitting Ari with that. I think I just used decoy or something. So I did notice that Linda's gauge was going up real slow. This is me kind of still learning how the heck her songs work. Her AT gauge was going up real slow after I put up Omni Concert, and there was an effect up for that. I think that's just a thing she has to keep doing. So, I'm willing to bet that as soon as I had her do something else, Omni Concert stopped. How's everybody looking? Ari is waiting, I think? Okay, so let's just wait. That still hurt a little bit. So Baylone, by the way, has 9,999 HP. We're doing a pretty hefty amount of damage every round, though. So they shouldn't take too long. I'm going to shield on Ari again. I'm going to have Ari just... I'm going to have Ari use a Big Nut on himself. I'm going to have Linda use, because when else am I going to use it? No, I'm not going to use the Black Cat Jewel, because that hurts all of us, too. I'm going to have Linda do Replenish. I was thinking Ari was the only one that was, like, really getting hurt, but no, if that hurts everybody, then I should have Rosalind keep doing the party-wide defense up. Let's just put a couple super shields up. Okay, I want to use the Black Hat Jewel, but I want to do it right before Linda's turn, so Linda can heal everybody back up. At the moment, I don't think there's anything that I want either of them to do. I could just use the Black Hat Jewel now and hope we don't die. You know, as long as this doesn't kill us. I'm gonna have Linda wait. There it is. Okay, Linda, special... Crap! Now? Really? Now is the time? I knew I needed to use a thing. I was thinking, there's something I wanted to do. What was it? It was using a friggin' thing. Okay, so do that. You saw that did 999 damage to him, though? Because that's the cap that it can do. Okay, so that's pretty good. We need more healing, though. So let's just Wild Strawberry that up. I'll have Linda do a heal as soon as her turn comes around. I think we're doing okay. Maybe Linda doesn't need to heal. Maybe I can just have Rosalind use a nut on Ari. Why am I friggin' skimping? Just use it. Okay, Linda. Yeah, let's just do a light one. I think we'll be fine to use a light one. Ari, okay, so we've done the Black Hat Jewel. We need more LP. So I'm just gonna do this again. Just so we don't run out. I could have him attack, but everybody else is kind of busy. Man, the friggin' delay on that. Like, yep, healing up Ari when I would have been better to use it on Rosalind at that point. Okay, Rosalind's the only one down. Use a nut on yourself. Hey, look at that. Everybody's got some decent HP. Okay, everybody now just wait and we'll just beat the crap out of them. Okay, channel is the party-wide. You know what? Just to go ahead and combine with Rosalind. And we'll have Linda. We're like not even getting hurt by this. Okay, there we go. It hurt a little. Okay, I mean, we're looking good. I could have Rosalind do the defense up again if I really wanted to. Maybe I will. Super shield. It's just like, it's that friggin' punch. If I could dull that just a little more. It's like he found out that, like, oh yeah, hitting Rosalind with this actually wasn't the most effective thing. Or hitting Ari with this wasn't the most effective thing, but Rosalind, huge damage with that. Okay, Rosalind can wait, Ari can combine. Linda can wait, and now Linda can go, now that everybody's actually taking damage from it. Free punch. Just cop everybody off. We're down to 22 LP, so channel, thankfully, isn't a big deal. You two combine. Linda can give us some LP back. And we got him. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. Things could have gotten dangerous. Especially if I'd had a couple... I feel like if I'd come in like pre-60, that could have been rough. Can't just kill him. Learn your friggin' lesson. Sure is. I mean, yeah, you get rid of... Oh, yeah, that's going. Like, you'd think, oh, what was keeping it up? The classification system? When you have that kind of power, you could have classified that space as the world library. He removes classification and the world library ceases. Heck. Well, the biggest thing is... we're no longer classified. Text is going on its own, by the way. Alright, have fun with that, Stan. Sure. I like how Stan was just like, I'm gonna rule the world, but you and me, we're bros. I'm not sure he did either of those things. You do you, Kissling. Honestly, it seems like most of the group wasn't especially tied together that strongly. So it kind of makes sense that when all is said and done, they just kind of go, alright, we did it. I got my own dreams now. I'm going to go do them. Except for Rosalind and Stan. It felt kind of sad to see Rosalind and Stan just go. Rosalind especially. Especially after our touching little moment. But I mean, she also can't leave Stan around. I'm sure we'll see them. That's right, with classification gone, all these people exist again. And wasn't there a voice? Wasn't there someone in this town? Heck are you? Take him out. Fall him over. Just gonna go the other way, really? Please don't kill everyone, Linda. Dude, I just got back. Can I take a nap? I mean, it's for the best. I think we can walk away happily from that. Stan? Alright, whatever, I'll go stab it in the morning. Her shadow is still pink. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's there. Recall that every time Marlene got lost, or anything, really, the place she always made her way to was our house. And how fast Ari booked here. Ari found himself a lady that's perpetually windswept. I'm gonna shut up for the credits because this song is so good. I'm sorry. This song is so good. I want to just listen to the song, but I should actually give some wrap-up thoughts at the end of this. I ripped this song from this game as a kid. And by rip, I mean I, like, recorded the game, end credits, with my VCR. And we had a friggin' one of the first Dazzles ever made that could convert a VCR tape into a friggin' like 100p video that you could have on your computer. And I did that to get these credits on the computer so I could then record the audio off that video and just have the audio of this. So, okay, this has been Okage Shadow King. I remember having exceptionally fond memories of this game as a kid. And that's one of the reasons why I was so inclined to hop into it now. I don't know what made me think of it, but I just thought, man, I want to play through Okage again. And I was a little bit sad when I first booted it up, because your memories change over time. The game, it just wasn't quite as good as I remember. Especially that very intro, worrying about just some of the dialogue just didn't quite land right, I feel. A bunch of odd little things, like how weird the main character looks since they changed his face. The UI that I'm still have questionable thoughts about. And I feel bad because I feel like that intro gives a kind of a bad first impression of the game. But as you go on, as you get into it, you meet more characters, you get more involved in the story, it gets better. It gets a lot better. And the second Ari becomes completely overshadowed is when you stop and go, oh, this is doing something now. Okay. And like, it felt like a different game. It honestly felt like a different game entirely after that. And it was great. I still think there's so much good in this game between the themes present, between being overshadowed and the whole classification system and doing what you should do because doing things because of why you should do them, not because of what they are. Like, the themes present are amazing, and those themes are rarely touched on. And the music is still amazing. Listen to this! The music is still amazing. The art style is so immensely unique. That, like, Tim Burton-esque kind of creepy child book feel to it. The game is very flawed. Hey, Stan. Starting your conquest here. Alright, you just keep thinking about it then. I'm just gonna be in here This is Stan, though, for Pete's sake. Really, that just means that you just get to keep having fun for a while. And that takes us back here. The game is still flawed. Very flawed, honest to goodness. But there's so much uniqueness to it that you could tell this was kind of a labor of love. It's something that the developers, they had an idea. And good, bad, whatever, they had an idea and they went for it. And maybe it didn't pan out as well as it could have. Maybe they could have used some more experienced developers. But I can still appreciate that base idea and what good there is and what potential this even could have had beyond that. Like, I mentioned the first half of the game was a little bit... First half of the game was a little bit slow, not a lot going on. We didn't have a lot of drive. We didn't have a reason to be doing anything or going on an adventure. We were just told, go on an adventure. Oh, okay. Go beat up evil kings. You got it. We hear about one, we'll go do it. But, like, the evil kings weren't even feeling like a threat. And even then, like, what's it our business to go do something about them? Other than, like, being drug along by everybody else. So I feel like some of the biggest, if I had to call them flaws, aside from the obvious things I've mentioned, there's some system issues, like Kisling could have done with a little more durability. I mean, glass cannon, sure, good magic user, sure, but, like, if you take that too far, then he becomes useless, and I feel like that's kind of what happened. A lot of people still swear by him, and I don't know what the heck you guys are doing reviving him every other turn. But there's stuff going on with that. There's... I've mentioned the UI needs work like 3 times already. I don't want to go into that one. Camera could use a little bit of work. The camera wasn't as bad as I remember people saying it was, but it could get unwieldy. Because you had full control left and right, but sometimes it would go too low, and that just made it hard to dodge encounters. And the encounter rate could have been toned back a little bit. But, like, even with all of that, mechanically, I still had a good time. I still enjoyed the game. I feel like if there were any bigger issues, they were more thematic to me. Which were... One thing I think even some people in the comments pointed out was a lot of the characters just weren't very fleshed out. And didn't really have much reason to join up. Like, look at Big Bull. What was his plot? His plot was he shows up out of nowhere and says, I like to fight, let's fight. Oh, okay. And then you beat him, and he's like, if I follow you around, I get to fight more. End of plot. That's Big Bull's plot. Even, like, a lot of them were like, even Kisling, like, what reason did he really have to follow us around? He saw us at first and was like, hey, I get to study ghosts if I follow you around. Okay, cool. But, like, he never felt like he had any stake in anything that was going on. At any point, he could have just said, have fun. Like, as an example, when the party broke up, and you had to go get everybody back together again, why did Kisling rejoin? Like, Linda at least had some connection to Stan, because she had a massive friggin' crush on him, and Stan was effectively her singing mentor. So, like, that worked into something. Linda had something going on there. Like, the biggest ones were Rosalind and Stan. Like, they were the ones that were there. Epros, I feel like he had something going for him. Because he was curious about what Ari was doing. And that's important. That is really important. For being the overshadowed character, for being the character that you had never had a chance to like really be impactful on anything or be important in any way, for Epros to join purely because he wanted to know what you would do, that was important. And I think one of the biggest things is I feel like the game needed more time. It needed a lot more time to flesh everybody out, to get involved in a bigger, longer adventure. Like, this is like a 20-hour RPG. This would have done so much better as a 30 to 40-hour RPG. Because it would have given all those side characters so much more of a chance to be... That's grammatically correct. To be fleshed out so much better. Instead, it was mostly like Rosalind, Stan, and Marlene. That was it. Those were the only three that got fleshed out. Honestly, even Ari, the main character, I feel like it needed to do more with. Because they kept saying he was overshadowed. And then nobody would listen to him. But they would give you these dialogue options where you could be a complete jerk. And it just gave the feeling of, like, he's I feel like it should have been that he was overshadowed because he was too weak-willed. That, like, he just went along with everything. But instead, you could give him this personality of, like, no, he's standing up and doing whatever he wants to do, and just nobody listens to him anyway. And so I feel like they really should have pushed that a lot more, that he was that overshadowed. He was that weak-willed. And I feel like it was a little... Not necessarily Deus Ex Machina, because that's a way to, like, resolve a plot with no real intervening, when this was more of a way to introduce a plot without really doing anything to intervening. But the whole thing at the back of the sewer, that should have been so much more. I feel like that should have been something that the actual thing you found set a larger plot into motion. But the events that happened pushed Ari to be even more overshadowed to the point that he disappeared. Like, I feel like that should have been a willful decision on his part. Like, it should have been maybe even progression over the course of the game that he just keeps getting talked into doing more and more dangerous, more and more dumb, pointless things. And it was at that moment, right there at the end, is maybe when there was like a defining moment of he's actively doing something because he's so overshadowed that he absolutely should not do. Like, either giving up his life for something, or just like, yeah, okay, I'll do it because you told me to. And, like, that is what should have pushed him so far that he willfully became overshadowed. And that would have been the moment of... That would have meant so much more to the player to see the results of being too overshadowed and going along with that for too long. That the whole adventure of I have to actively be someone. I have to have thoughts and opinions and interject myself in society to make myself less overshadowed. Like, that could have been so much more impactful than just, you found a tile at the end and you step on it and it did this to him. Like, there's no meaning behind that. Honestly, that's probably one of the biggest things, one of the biggest issues that I have with the game, was that scene alone could have been so much better. And the first half of the game, when you're running around Evil King to Evil King, I feel like there just needed to be something more overlying on top of that, and then stretch it out longer. Admittedly, I think that part of the game was the worst part of the game. So when I say stretch it out, I don't want more of the worst part of the game. Like, they needed to do more with it, to tie it together, to push the plot, to get you invested and thinking and worried about what's going on. They needed to do more with that to make it more meaningful and impactful. But also it needed to be longer to give these side characters more chance to be fleshed out. And honestly, the amazing character development that we got with Rosalind when we got her ultimate weapon, that crap should have been mandatory for everyone. We should have gotten a scene like that with everybody. None of the other ones, like if you got Stans, it's nothing like that. Stans is just like, he just kind of shows up and goes like, "You truly are my best slave. I should reward you. Here's an item." End of scene. Like, we should have gotten that level of character development with everyone, and had a chance to really get to know everyone. Explore who they all are. And then lead that into the progression of Ari becoming too overshadowed. And from there, it was amazing. You found out that Ari was, even though he was so overshadowed, he was still the one that drew everybody together. And once he got his mojo back, it drew everybody together again. And then work that up. Once he's back, have him start stepping up. Have him start taking charge. Have him start having opinions and thoughts about what's going on. Instead, like, once you got everybody back together, he was just kind of his old overshadowed self again. Like, yeah, back to what I was doing, I guess. Whatever. Going where I'm supposed to go. Still not really taking charge or doing anything. Like, there could have been such an amazing arc for Ari. And I feel like they put it in there, they just didn't go for it. And then, like, the other characters needed an arc at all. I do still think, especially if you get the event with Rosalind, I think Rosalind had a pretty great character development. Marlene had an amazing arc. Which, I mean, I guess they had to make you hate her and then like her so they could kill her. And it means something. They just needed to spread the love. But this has been Okage Shadow King. I still greatly enjoyed this game. Had a really good time. Honestly, I don't know what I want to do next. Because I always get to this weird point after the end of a major series where this is just what I've been doing and what I've been focusing on. What I've been entrusting my all to for so long that even though the game is done, I still kind of feel like part of me is there. I don't want to do something else. I'm still there with Okage. I feel like I kind of want to do a quirky, fun RPG like this. Guardians Crusade. Man, if I hadn't done Guardians Crusade already, I'd be ready to hop on that crap a second time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. And I don't know how that opinion is going to change once I finally step out of Okage's shadow. But that's been the game. Until next time, everyone, I do hope you enjoyed.